Hi. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jason Smith. And here recently, I was getting ready to start filming an outdoors project with my friend Bryan Taylor. We were going to film us getting back to basics, after years of fishing for charity tournaments and, just to have fun. We were going to start doing some projects showing self-reliance, growing your own food, raising your own animals, fishing. Bryan talked me into getting a bow. At 50 years old, I was going to learn how to bow hunt. And I thought that was going to be a compelling enough story, to maybe make some videos, have some fun, build some culture, make some friends. And it was a few weeks after we started filming here recently that I was diagnosed with rectal cancer. After a few long emotional days of crying and working through a lot of the emotions, I've decided that I'm not going to let this stop me from what I originally planned. I'm going to go forward in hopes that this is an obstacle to be overcome. And in fact, it's even more important for me to document this and I'm going to show what I go through. Hopefully continue on my journey of becoming a bow hunter, a hunter in general. I've always just fished my whole life. And hopefully along the way we can find a way to make a few jokes and have a few laughs and probably cry a little too. I mean, all I ever wanted out of life was just to make a few people laugh, so here we go. I started to realize that I was having an issue the first time we went out to begin scouting for one of our quota hunts here just a few weeks ago. I noticed right away that I was having to use the restroom a lot more, and I didn't really think it was anything this serious, but as the weekend went along, things progressed. I started seeing a little bit of blood, and I just equated it to we were bouncing around in the Jeep for a few days. Everything was flooded. The whole campground had a foot of water in it. There was floating fire ant piles. It was a tough camp. It was. We ended up leaving after about 4 days after we almost got struck by lightning. Came back home. But then over the next few weeks, my issue did not get better. In fact, it got worse. And that was my first sign that I had a real issue. I was in trouble. When we called the doctor and the doctor heard about my symptoms, they rearranged a already packed schedule to get me in as quick as they could. That was my second clue that I might be in trouble. I went for the colonoscopy on the 13th, and to be honest, in the back of my mind, I already knew. I just knew something was wrong. The way I was hurting, how sore I was, the amount of blood. You're just going at that point and you hope that you're wrong. You just hope they're going to come back with something. They're experts. You're hoping that you're overthinking it. I could tell right away when the doctor came in to tell me. I could just tell by his body language that it wasn't good. And he was a great doctor. He did a great job, and I'm very thankful for the way he handled everything. And when they give you the news that you have cancer, it's like all the air gets sucked out of the room. And for a minute, I could hear him talking and I heard the words, but it was like he was real far away and like I was down in a hole or something. It's like something out of a movie. This has to be the hardest thing that a doctor can do. I can't imagine doing that all the time, man. He did a great job. and I'm super thankful for how everything went with the colonoscopy. Right away they tell you, don't freak out, don't start thinking the worst. That is impossible. You find out you have something in you that could kill you, the first thing you think about is all the worst things. I was instantly aware that this could take me out and leave my wife all alone. I went to the radiation doctor on the 18th. He looked over all the colonoscopy results, and he was also a great doctor, and I feel good about working with him. He answered all of our questions. Um, he was a good guy. I liked his bedside manner. In his opinion, he said, it's always terrible to get cancer, but if you're going to get cancer, what I'm seeing with you is probably your best case scenario that you could have pending other tests. And in his opinion, it'll probably be like 5 weeks, 5 days a week of radiation treatment plus chemo and an operation at the end. I will say this. I have never had a proctal exam before, and I highly suggest that you do it early, because when you're already hurting and swollen, and then you have a doctor with very long, cold fingers rooting around in your rectum like he lost keys in a jar, it's not good, man. Get it done early. I highly suggest getting it done early. So on Tuesday the 25th, I go for what is called a PET scan. And this will tell us if everything is contained in my rectum or if it has broke the barrier and spread into my body. Best case scenario, it hasn't spread, and I'll get radiation and chemo, and I'll get those treatments until the cancer cells are dead, and then they'll do a surgery where they'll surgically remove that part of my rectum. If I'm lucky, they'll be able to reconnect it, and I won't have to have a stoma or a colostomy bag my whole life. The worst case scenario is it's spread through my body, and that's when things get dicey. I have tried to get a hold of as many people as I could before I just got beat down by the whole process. But I tried to tell as many people as I could in person so they didn't have to find out from a Facebook post or however, down the grapevine. And if I didn't get to you, I apologize. It just became really hard to keep going over and over it. And so I just decided to start making some videos and do it this way. I do want to say to the people that have already found out the amount of love that you have given to me and the efforts that have already started. I have people that I haven't seen in years are doing research for me. People are looking up doctors. I came over and bought the stuff to fix my truck and fixed it. I've got a whole host of nuns, real nuns, that are praying 2 times a day for me. People from my mom's end of things that are rubbing crystals together and, I don't know, raising Bigfoot, whatever. I'll take it all. I'll take all that good energy. I'll take all of those vibes. I love everybody for it. Thank you so much. I am a very lucky man. My kids and my family and my friends have pulled together, and man, I've never been a wealthy man. I got something you can't buy, and I'm so thankful for you. And so moving forward,
I'm going to keep everybody up to date through these videos. And now, not all of these videos are going to be this emotional. I'm going to try my best to keep showing the self-reliance and the hunting and the fishing that's coming too. I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping. I'm going to fight this and I'm going to win. And I just want to tell you all thank you. And thank you for everything that you've done. And thank you for everything that you probably will end up doing in the future. Thank you so much. And I love you all. And I'll be back soon. I'll talk to you soon.